Welcome back to the JoK'N podcast. It's one of your hosts, Nykel McQuarrie, a.k.a. Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati, a.k.a. Nykel, a.k.a. A Whole New Monster, a.k.a. Originator of the Gemini movement. Come on, you better get on that. Go ahead, Key Swervo.
It's Key Swervo. You already know they call me Key Swervo because I did that when I crashed my last whip. I had to go with the ponytail today. I was just kind of feeling it. I'd like to give a little shout out to Nykel's fit with the Yeezys. You know, kind of heat. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Jay Breezy.
Man, coming through in this cold weather, man. Yes, sir. It's your third host, Jaylen, J-Fin, J-Infinity. So you can call me whatever. Like I said, you'll catch on more of the episodes. You can pick your nickname, so, you know, just shout out. But I just want to shout out the cold weather for keeping us in the house so we can get stuff done and be productive like normal human beings. Yeah, shout in because we ain't going nowhere. I know some of y'all lazy. Y'all ain't shoveling nothing out there. I know y'all looking at the driveway like, man, I am hungry, but hey, better get that shovel.
Yeah, I tried to shovel that shit, and that shit is straight ice.
Yeah,
It's not straight ice, bro.
Hey man, let me bless this podcast.
Go ahead. Hey, we got our guest,
man.
Our
yeah,
first
man. What
guest.
we doing, man?
I want to bless it real quick.
Tomma Thomas,
guest.
our first guest. My stepdad, Jaylen Thomas. Jaylen Thomas' dad.
The OG, man.
On God. Go ahead, Tomma Thomas.
All right, I want to start this off and bless this podcast with a
Who Day? Who
Oh,
Day?
man.
Yes, sir.
Who dey?
We did make it to the
Hey,
Super Bowl.
Yes, we did, and we
How
gonna win
many
that
more
shit.
days?
Yes, sir.
Joe Burrow?
Damn day.
Hey, Joe Shiesty.
Shiesty.
Yes, sir.
Joe Shiesty. We
Hey,
shiesty.
it feels good to be from Cincinnati right now.
Oh,
I feel
God.
great. I
Anyway.
feel amazing.
T
And it's
Daddy,
February.
also known as T Thomas, also known as Tom, Rhino, Big Whitey. Stop bringing up my past, but that's all my old names. But now I'm just Tomma Thomas II. I'll live on that one. Put some spec on it.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, tell who Tomma Thomas II is.
Man, Tomma Thomas II, man. I'm a second generation. I can't say I'm the first that went to college, but I went to college, enjoyed all the college life, enjoyed the street life, enjoyed the player life, living in the business life, raising my kids and shit. I think I'm where motherfuckers want to be right now.
Yes,
Shit.
sir.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you still going, too. You still going.
Trying to plan on the next move. The next move is going to be another state. They say if you can survive in your own city, you can survive in another city. So,
Yes, sir.
shit, if I can do it and show y'all, then shit, more power to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Wise words of Mr. Tomma Thomas.
Man, for real, soaking up the knowledge like a sponge, for real. I know I'm dressed in yellow,
Yes.
but man, I try to soak up a lot
Come on,
of knowledge.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Stop.
Sponge.
Bob, no square man.
Hey, yeah. SpongeBob, me being the smartest person in Bikini Bottom, I'm with it.
Oh, God.
I'm with
That's
it.
a very
SpongeBob's
good
that
point.
nigga for real.
Gotta be.
Oh,
He
God.
done brought so many kids through their childhood.
Black History
Oh,
Month.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey, if SpongeBob had some kids, what the fuck would that be?
You know what?
With
I'm
who?
not sure.
Who getting with SpongeBob? I know it ain't Sandy.
I don't know.
Sandy
Son.
been ducking my
They
boy.
be doing that karate. He might karate into them draws, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he ain't that smooth. He
That boy-
mess around
that
and
boy
get
need
nervous.
water.
5 kids would be named Wash Rag.
No, wash, right?
Motherfucker Wash Rag.
I feel like Morpheus with these glasses on.
Oh, God.
The red or blue pill.
Cool factor, ain't it?
Oh,
It
God.
gotta be. Mine ain't even dark tinted, but I still feel different.
All right, y'all. Happy Black History Month. We're going to get this started by
Man, for
showcasing
real.
positive shit that's going on in the black community. So, filmmaker Nia Costa makes history as the first black woman to direct a Marvel movie. How do y'all feel about that? It is 2022.
Marvel check, man.
What movie did she direct?
She is directing Captain Marvel 2.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Captain Marvel with the girl or the boy?
The girl.
That's Captain America, champ.
You think of
That's a
Captain America?
powerful motherfucking lady.
You don't even know
that
his
Captain
Marvel movies.
boy.
Yeah. She put hands on
You see
somebody.
how she fucked it up in she fucked it up in the end game?
Yep.
Yeah, she mid though.
She was a little bit late for me, though, man. She know she
Yeah.
should have been pulled up.
Yeah, she should have been there.
They've been through a whole movie.
Late
She just
to the
not getting
party.
But on the for real though, black people have been coming up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
The motherfucking restraints. They've been breaking through the restraints.
Slightly.
Now, do you guys know who Nia Costa is?
Who is
So she is one of the directors of the new Candyman by Jordan Peele.
Oh yeah.
She She also directed an indie film called Little Woods in 2018. So she's been doing good. But how do y'all feel about that? She's the first black woman to direct a Marvel film, but it's 2022.
I mean, definitely due time. I mean, like it's definitely been time for all that integration. So we long overdue for that. Like I'm happy for the opportunity she got, but in the time it took, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
She had to work for that shit too. They probably.
I know it wasn't easy.
Definitely.
I know it wasn't
especially
easy.
her being a black woman too.
And then they be like, oh shit, when they be making moves to further like Halle Berry.
So fine.
Halle Berry, she posted some shit to say she was saddened that having no black woman won a Oscar in 20 years since she did it.
Yeah.
There ain't no black woman won an Oscar, but when you look at Halle Berry's record, they only gave it to her when she slept with Billy Bob Thornton. You know what I mean? So that was like gratification in the white world. Like, yeah, we fucked up.
Man.
Black girl. Here go your Oscar.
Man,
And also,
trophy.
she's light skinned too.
Exactly.
Like she's not dark. She's fair skinned, so she looks more.
So Black History Month end on the 14th for her too, huh?
That's what it sounds like.
But Halle Berry, no disrespect, she's a Hollywood thought.
Wow, that is disrespect.
It's Black History Month. We supposed to be lifting up the
man.
black people.
I know, but
For
you
real.
shouldn't have to come up with the great in yourself. You know what I mean? You should. You know who my favorite actor became?
Who?
Viola Davis.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Viola Davis holds it.
Holly
down.
Berry, I love you still.
I watched the whole How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh,
Tell me why I just started that.
Man, that's awesome.
Super in it.
That's good for your knowledge. That's,
Super in it.
That give you that how shit work above your head.
Yeah.
Like political power shit that you
It'd
ain't
be
even
different.
experienced.
You've never even thought about
See
for
it in
real.
that shit.
It's crazy how all these like TV shows, like going into like the police department or the government, they're actually like decently true. You know, they get into because they talk to politicians and stuff like that, or retired politicians to get their information from it.
It's
It's way bigger.
Way
than
bigger.
It's way bigger than you.
So it's just like shit that you see on the TV. I mean, yeah, it's TV, so it falsifies it a little bit because to make it a little bit more.
Yeah,
like,
make it watchable for people. Right?
Exactly.
So then they're not just watching
But
the
even
justice
then,
system on
it
TV.
still has
Exactly.
some
The truth
hidden
in it.
knowledge in like the making of it.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy about that. Now let's talk about Black History Month, man. So what's
BHM.
It's the
what-
shortest month, man. It's
that's
disrespect from the
crazy.
jump. It's
Let me
disrespect
tell you
from
something.
the
Black History
jump.
Month for me is every month.
Oh yeah,
Oh
every
God.
month.
Black
Black
History
History
Month
Year.
every month out here, man.
Black
But
History Year.
What does Black History Month mean to you guys? I mean, yes, we learned about it in school. We learned about the Malcolms.
Barely
we
learned about it in school.
We
Man.
learned about
Bare
Actually,
minimum.
since Black History Month started, ain't nobody said a thing.
to you.
No, in general at my school.
What, like Happy Black History Month to you?
I mean, a couple people, here and there. But
I mean, that would be if I'm.
it was mostly like a joke.
That'd be weird if I had to say Black History Month just because I'm like Black. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's-
that.
I wouldn't
right there
expect-
is
I ain't
weird,
gonna expect
but it's
Jimmy
just
to
like
come up
my
with
school
Black
is
History
not
Month.
academically
I mean-
changing anything. But like on Veterans Day, they'll have a whole curriculum set up
Oh yeah.
for the veterans. But Black History Month, we go through the whole month, and we
Don't
only
say nothing.
literally ain't say a thing about it, and ain't have no learning topics about Black History Month.
Do y'all still get announcements at school and stuff like in the morning?
Yeah, they be doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I be sitting
Man.
down.
But back when I was in school,
I'll
they
be
used
sitting
to
at my desk
during
on
Black
my
History
phone,
Month, they would
like-
say a fact about like a Black History Month person, like for African American in the morning on announcement. Like every day, they
I
would be a
wish.
different fact.
I
About,
wish. I strive
Oh,
for
like
that.
man, schools don't even do that no more.
Well, here's the thing. You went to Wentwoods for that. That was a predominantly black school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he goes to predominantly white school.
yeah,
And they like
opposite.
when we went to Oak Hills, they didn't do that. They didn't do that shit for Black
Bruh,
History Month.
I did not. Man, I wouldn't even know it's February.
Yeah, type shit. Like they wouldn't have brought that up or anything. That's
So-
crazy.
So as far as y'all being the generation y'all is, like
Bring the mic up too.
as far as y'all being in the generation y'all is, just embracing. Don't say Black History Month. Just embrace. I think they try to use Black History Month to
Contain.
to to inform you on the people in history that were black that helped develop this motherfucking country. Basically, I think that's what they're trying to give us a little piece of acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Because when you dig into Black history, and if you find motivation into it, it's gonna make our people stronger.
Yeah.
I think that's what people need to reflect about any history about black, because the black people that inventors, motherfucking the first to do this, the first to do that.
We are not talked about at all.
We so behind. We still making the first
Foundations.
Like we just got the first black president in Obama.
Ba 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 ba.
We still cracking shit to be the first. Like you just opened up the first lady to direct the motherfucking Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? We making black history continuously.
To this day.
To this day, we still trying to make history for blacks.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. The only reason we're trying to make history for black people is just because there's so much history that we don't know about. We learn about the Malcolms, we learn about the Martins, we learn about W.E.D. Du Bois, but we don't hear about the other people who were also behind them. They also did shit too. There's a lot of people. You have to go to college to learn about that. You have to go to do the black studies, and they don't even. They should make
You have to branch off and do your own.
You do,
type
and
of
they
studies.
don't make that a requirement in college.
Yeah,
that is an elective.
Yeah, they don't. You know, people don't want to give you power. You gotta obtain that power on your own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what gives you that juice when you know you got the power, or when you know what you're talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's one thing. Like what they're so afraid of is to see such black excellence at a high level and see us succeeding and like all in our bag and stuff.
Yeah, that's where it gets scary, man.
And doing better and bigger things than the white man.
Black
so
excellence is terrorism. It's a wild statement, but that's how it's treated.
But we learn from our masters, but we more hungry. You know what I mean? How you think it used to? Man, it used to be black slaves that got their freedom, and it used to be where the only thing they knew was what to do, what their masters did. And so they flipped the game and started doing the same thing. And the fact that they worked harder, that's what made them better than the white motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. I had somebody tell me that indentured servants were the same as slave. What's the same as slavery and stuff like that.
Yeah,
maybe so the concept of working.
I was so offended because it's like
it's essentially that. It's
that. But indentured servants actually got housed. They got fed. They were treated way better.
Oh no, they're still treated like shit. They just had
it
was basically slavery, but with a different name and a different connotation around it. Indentured servants, they got paid a little bit, still under the same thing. They didn't get treated as worse as slaves.
I guess you could say it was the legal version of slavery.
Yes, it's a legal version of slavery. So in a sense, they weren't wrong, but in another sense, it wasn't right.
So a blast from the past. Let's put ourselves back in like 1940s.
I'm hung. I'm sorry. I talked to too many white girls.
We some entrepreneur slaves.
You can't be an entrepreneur as a slave.
You can, because that's how we came up. Because we wanted to have more. We wanted to do what they do.
Are you talking about do it like what white people do?
Exactly. That's who the fuck we learned from.
Yeah.
Because all our African traits switched the game when we came over here.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we creators from our creators that we motherfucking follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that over in Africa, they also had not really slavery, but they did the concept of slavery, but it was more of a caste system. People who were poor, they worked for the people who were higher in the caste system. But the white people, they came over.
That's corporate America.
But no, I'm just talking about like at the time of slavery. It was before that. The white people, the Europeans, they came over, and they said, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and give me some of the poor people so we can go ahead and work them." And the high up Africans were like, "Okay, we'll do that." But then the Europeans end up turning around and going like, "You know what? We'll take you too." It took everybody from Africa, and they went over and turned on. Did slavery.
I got a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, fast forwarded to today in times, who is some of our biggest influences as far as black history right now? What you think, J Boogie?
Who really leads Black History?
Yeah, right now in this day and time. So when we think of Black history, we think about the first.
Like what they do for the
great,
community,
yeah,
or what they say.
A great Black
Man,
icon.
The names I would say would be very diluted because of what now is considered great in the community. But like Kanye West, like for the black community, it's rather he's doing something good or bad. We black people love to put their input on Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
So like rather he's like say he's an influencer. Like I'm not saying nobody is gonna put on a MAGA hat and be a black person at the same time, but
other than him,
you know, it'll make sense. But I would say
Lil Pump did it, but
Kanye West,
Lil Wayne did it.
What about
Lil Wayne did it,
and Kodak. Kodak did that shit too.
Yeah, but Kodak was publicity stunt probably
Because he got him out of jail.
probably don't even know who
me-
he is.
Relate from how we think of Black history to now these days.
what does it mean to be Black history?
You know what I mean?
That's a deep question. What does it mean to really represent Black
I have to say, for me,
Risk takers, people that have stand up to the system, people that have sacrificed.
all right, then I had to say Tyler the Creator for me. Not just because I'm a huge fan. This might be biased, but huge fan. Also, he said some outlandish shit type
biased.
shit. But he said some outlandish shit early in this time.
Pathfinder.
But you
for the Black
you
community.
do get
But-
some of the history.
But I'm
from
just
him.
saying, like, nobody else would say the shit that he would say. And he's creating an
for
empire
sure.
as he is. Like, what he's doing right now.
Yeah, okay, that's the icon.
And, like, he got banned for several other countries for saying
really?
outlandish shit. That's the same shit that fucking Eminem would say. Eminem never got banned. I listened to the first Some Shady LP. He said exactly the same shit that Tyler the Creator said. And Eminem never got banned from Europe or any place, but Tyler the Creator got banned.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little more
you-
deeper on why people are getting banned. Not rather it's black and white. Yeah,
No, it
lyrics
is
I
look
mean,
the
it
same,
definitely
but
definitely
plays
black and white
a
definitely
part.
plays a part.
But he's grown up over time, and he's still making his place. He's got his own fashion place. He's created several TV shows. He's still doing great in music. He's got 2 Grammys, one Grammy.
One Grammy.
And he's
One
still
more than I got.
he's and he's still going strong. And he got his own perfume type shit. He's got everything. He got his own ice cream, and he's still looking up.
Oh yeah, that man definitely chasing the stars for sure.
Don't forget, Soulja Boy is still the first rapper to do anything.
Anybody talking about Soulja Boy?
I was the first to do it.
Keyshawn, who's your pick? Who is the 2022 Black history icon for you?
If I had to pick, I'd probably say LeBron James. And like
LeBron
for me to
James.
elaborate deeper into that, and I wouldn't really put him into the 2022 category purely because like if LeBron James says something, people gonna listen, whether they like it or not. And I feel like if he were to actually start talking Black history, people would be like, okay, and they would start to get it more because so many people follow him. It's like he can say this and they'll all start to be like, oh, okay, I like this.
Right.
And I also like how LeBron like did that thing with his school, like Akron and stuff like that, how we made
Our primary school.
made it better. And he goes back and makes sure that they all straight. And it's just like it's setting a good example. And it's like showing everybody else, like, yeah, you can be black and do things like this. You don't have to be in the streets, in the corner store, 24/7. You can be an NBA star succeeding and also doing this stuff outside of the NBA. I just think that's crazy.
So what about you, Mr. Tomma?
Man, it makes my mind. I'm giving a shout out to all the unsung heroes, the people that's in progress right now doing what they do. We got my cousin Aaron, his daughter, she just graduated from Florida, college in Florida, lawyer.
Ooh.
I try to find my
Balling.
Black history stuff to
God.
people that I
Straight
know
like that.
personally. You know what I mean? That's doing great things where I can feel their accomplishment to me. Like, that's motherfucking awesome. Like,
Shouts out to Aaron's
some
daughter,
shit
man.
to
That's
hit
great.
home,
That's
like,
great.
Yeah.
a lot of the big people, I can't relate to them, but I find my strength in people that's close to me. So shout out to Nia Thomas, one of my cousins. She's graduated school.
Yeah, Kiana. Shout out Kiana.
Shout out Kiana.
Shout out Kiana.
I'm proud of you, Kiana.
Like that,
I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. I see you out here doing big things.
Dope as hell.
But
Love
on
to
a
see it.
day-to-day basis, for a Black History person, I like how Jay-Z flipped the script.
Yeah, Jay-Z did put himself out there a little bit more.
That should have came out of everybody, man.
Recently.
As far as behind the scenes shit him and his wife do for other countries, you know what I mean? Developing water systems, shit like that. That's awesome, but he in a position of power. That's what the blacks would lack. He in a position of power, so he could, press a lot of buttons and make shit happen. Keeping big meals, paying for their lawyers. He do a lot of shit behind the scene that we really don't hear about in the tabloids, which is probably cool because you don't want all that shit in it. You don't want that attention when you do that. You know what I mean? And it just depends on if you being great for the attention or you being great to be, great in other people's eyes, how they treat you. Like, how they say, much respect. People know what you do. They respect you more about what you do. Whether it's good or bad. But he definitely flipped the script. He came out of the drug game, went to business mogul, survived his own people bringing him down, and now he basically untouchable. You know what I mean? And what he doing?
Yeah.
He playing the game. He playing the game on a high level.
He's playing the game way smarter than so many other people.
Everything. He playing the game on a high level. Like, that's the new involved Black history. You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, where
making the history.
Yeah, you really fighting a system on that level.
Definitely. What do you guys? All right. What do you guys think about colorism within the Black community?
Think about it. I mean, you just take a bad word and put it into a good subject. So it doesn't belong there, first of all.
Does not.
It shouldn't belong anywhere, honestly. Not just in the Black community. It is Black history, but colorism, like I said, it's probably affected the Black community more than anything.
What do you mean by colorism?
So colorism is pretty much preferring one shade of color over another.
I like light-skinned women over dark women because light-skinned women pay bills. That's a crazy analogy, but that's
what happens.
Yeah.
You can call that colorism.
It's derived back from the slave times when the house slaves, they're light skinned.
Yeah, that's colorism.
Yeah.
House slave.
House slave, yeah.
That's colorism. Get the darkest in the field. That's
darkest
that's
yeah, they
colorism.
out there so they skin can take it. They'll put me in the house. I'll be in the house washing dishes.
And from across,
he said using Dawn soap. He
I'm
know.
gonna do this. I ain't doing no yard work.
And it's accumulated from generation to generation. And it don't even matter about they're just light skin versus dark skin. When the Meek Mill and Drake situation was going on.
That was just singing
that ain't
like
colorism.
rapper.
That ain't colorism.
But that was though. But they're having it as like, okay, light skin's winning right now because
you
how
talking on Twitter?
Yeah, it was
light was dark skin versus light skin.
Yep, and then light skins was the trend, and then it went to dark skins, and then light skins
In the
again.
Black community?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of colors.
I mean, it go back to far as TV shows.
I didn't even see that. Tell y'all the truth.
It's just like
just like Halle Berry thing. She's the first Black woman to win an Oscar.
Man, Will Smith, Aunt Vivian, man.
They switched her.
Remember
out
when
quick.
I'm Vivian.
For a lighter Aunt
crazy.
Vivian. It go back to all the old TV shows, all the lighter women getting the roles, man.
over and
like Gina and Martin.
What?
Martin.
What do you mean?
She was lighter, just like how he said.
Gina's the
not
same
hear what he
person.
said.
Gina's the same person.
That's who.
She was. What do you mean? She was like, yeah. She
You
was
said
like,
about Gina and Pam. I'm talking about Gina and Pam.
I'm saying she was light,
yeah.
like kind of corresponded to
So
what
they
he
just
said.
really catering.
Are you talking about them
catering
switching?
to the
Like, it's talking about Martin.
Yeah, I know that, but he said he's trying to do it about what you said.
I was just
Colorism-
like going
colorism
along
Gina
with what
Pam.
he was saying. How he said all the lighter people are getting all the roles,
Oh yeah.
and I was saying like Gina.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know who
Yeah,
don't
but
give
you
a
know
fuck
they best
about
friends, so they
colorism?
did that together.
Yeah.
You know who don't give a fuck about colorism?
Old people. People over 85.
Hold on, what's his name?
No, they definitely give a fuck.
They care.
Name?
Oh God,
They care the most actually.
Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah, Tyler. Yeah.
Tyler Perry don't give a fuck about colorism.
Well, yeah. Tyler Perry's for the people.
Yeah, but then again, Tyler
for the most
Perry,
part.
all he do is make movies that bash black men.
Nah. Tyler
Like
Perry
low-key,
show a
slightly-
lot of. I don't know. Tyler Perry,
It's
he
just
has
like
a
if you think
screenwriting mind,
yeah.
so he writes for other people to look at his other stuff. He does. I don't know if he thinks about those situations from
You might be thinking about his early movies like Diary of a Mad Black
yeah,
Woman.
his early movies, it definitely was
Tyler
like
Perry
a.
got the old network sold up.
I think
You got the Oval, you got the Brown.
I think you're thinking of that. So he's bashing black men, but you also got to realize that he's uplifting black women. Not saying he's bashing black men, but
most definitely.
he's empowering black women because black women they need to be empowered.
Yeah,
you know,
they
'cause
definitely do.
They
Black
got
underrated.
yeah,
Black
yeah,
queens, we
Black
have love
queen.
for you.
on God. But I do think colorism within the black community is a real thing, and we gotta do better. We gotta do better with that. You know, it just like how we were talking about Aunt Viv over Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. My Wife and Kids, the daughter Claire, in our first couple of episodes, she was dark skinned. They replaced her with light skin.
We can go.
Yeah, Fresh Prince got Alpinion fired anyway.
Yeah, we not go conspiracy theory. Oh, and like you know, but it's obvious. It's pretty obvious.
They did
Like
get
that.
Alpinion fired. Y'all seen that documentary
Mm-hmm.
with Fresh Prince about Vivian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got her fired because he was complaining.
that's a prime example.
That's that pirate shit.
Yeah.
Like, he had enough power to get her.
It's kind of like LeBron
Yep.
trading all his players on every team he on.
Get up, pack your bags.
Like I feel like
Give me
you
your
should
ring.
just say that to Westbrook right now. Like in that one game, how he had 5 points, 4
Oh,
rebounds,
basketball.
1 for 4. I'm not going. You had him and AD scored 20 plus. He was out here with 5 points in the whole game. Game was almost over.
Yeah, I mean, Black History is about blacks
Supporting other
obtaining
black
power,
people.
but then you have to know how to use your power.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Not just to will it on what you want, but
Yeah.
if it's good for
But
the
man,
people.
the thing is, though, learning comes from lessons, and like the people who giving us power aren't giving us lessons. We're taking the power, so like we really got to come up with our own kind of a way to use the power. Cause like the people, I mean, like if like saying, if the Caucasians have the power, they taught us how to use it to take what you want, aka colonialism.
Yeah.
So if the power is taking what you want, and as far as if that's what America built on, freedom, doing what we want, Black history is a small thing and that tangible thing of knowing how to use power, for sure. But
Well, we ain't talked about black women. What black women in right now? What y'all make a note of?
I love black women.
I love black women.
That's
Keep going.
making waves.
I feel like it's definitely like a trend for people to not really like hate on black women, but like have them at a
I love black
lower
women.
on
I'll
the
say it
list.
5
But
times.
if we're being honest, black women definitely got to be at the top.
It's
of my
easy
list.
for people to make black women out to be the villain because they
Yes.
see him as another angry black woman.
Yeah, ratchet,
they ratchet.
loud.
But that's not it. They're just passionate
That is
about what they
not
do,
how
and
it
they're
is.
very
'Cause they
serious.
care.
They
Black women
believe in
care
what they are
about-
talking about, and they believe it to an extent that they will get loud and they will scream at you until you get it through your
Shout
thick
out to black
skull.
women.
Shout
None
out-
of us
shout
would
out
be
to
here
black
without
women.
one.
Love
Black women.
We
None of
love
us would
black
be here
women.
without
Hey,
one.
already said this, but I ain't dating nobody here in Cincinnati or Ohio. I'm waiting till I go out of state. I'm dating.
I need to find my black queen.
I'm gonna find my black queen in Georgia,
I need
Atlanta,
to
Georgia.
find my black queen.
Oh God, bro! I swear to God. I do think colorism though. It's another crab in a barrel mentality that the black community we have to get over.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I don't see it as potent as it used to be, but it still happens. A lot of people I prefer light skinned women over or fair skinned women over.
I mean, you can have
I'm not-
preferences. I'm not against preferences.
Yeah.
Like you can like what you like, cause like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if it's like, if we talking preferences,
but it
it's
shows
like,
if your preferences or reasons to not like the other person, that's why you like this. That's the problem.
it's
Yeah.
because they too dark or too light. I
I'm
feel
like,
like
yeah, bro,
that's
you
a little
bugging,
bit
you
of a
bugging,
stretch.
You bugging.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like if a person look good, they look good.
Mhm.
It don't really matter what color
Skin
they
tone,
are.
yeah.
It's like it.
Man, I'm starting to come up with some questions about this Black History stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
So, do us as black people celebrate Black history, or is it just on TV that they celebrate?
It's definitely it's definitely a Black Friday type thing. It's definitely a Memorial Day service.
Why did Black Friday get called Black Friday?
Black Friday got a dark meaning behind it.
It has to have a dark meaning behind it.
Think about it.
That's when the Europeans like killed off the
Black Friday were Fridays where slaves would be discounted or 50% off, and you get 2 for 1.
Oh, really?
That's what Black Friday is. That's what it stems from. Is you would come to the yard, pick you out, 7, 4, 5 of them. And it'd be a cheaper price. That's where Black Friday comes from.
So what about all the black products? Like I remember, like probably y'all was a little younger, but they used to have these air fresheners that you could put in your car on the dashboard, and it'd be like a crown. And they used to say them was motherfucking KKKs. Then they used to come out with the Timberlands. You know, the Timberland with the tree. Yeah. The tree is what they used to hang
the slaves.
Black folks. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I swear, 99.9% of black people, they still wear Timbs.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, man.
What he got on right now?
Look at him. Look at him. We got a man in the back wearing Timbs. We need to clean up Al 7.
Should be more focused on investing in blacks that month. You know what I mean? Yeah. Investing in black stuff. Mm-hmm. Black this, black that. We probably for everything the man got, we got. But we still buy the man shit for status shit.
Yeah.
Like Black history, if we gonna take these 28 days, we need to,
make the most out of these 28 days.
28 days. Like a couple years ago, I remember they used to just say, "Oh, don't buy this. Let's boycott this brand. Let's boycott that
Gucci
brand.
stuff."
Let's show them the power of our dollar." No.
They still around.
What they said, we had a Black Wall Street. Y'all ever read that story about in Texas where they bombed shit up?
Yeah,
I definitely smell that.
What they over there cooking something?
You don't know. But I agree with you. But the thing is, like, invest in black businesses. I firmly believe everybody needs to invest in black businesses. But with the black businesses, you gotta come correct. You can't be charging all these outlandish prices for some cheap material. And you cannot be, say you're going to a restaurant, it's a black-owned restaurant. You cannot expect somebody to invest to it if you're going to be hiring people who are not giving the best service to the person or the crappy food.
Now, I could say I agree, but I've been in some great black establishments.
Oh,
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm not pick out the bad ones.
I've been to Gladys Knight restaurant.
Gladys Knight is lit.
Gladys Knight restaurant.
Sweetie Pies.
Oh yeah, I remember we went there.
I've been to Sweetie Pies. I've been to some good black.
Yeah, Gladys Knight's, boy.
But again, we need the blacks to support that shit.
Oh, definitely.
We're gonna get some other races that come and support it, but it seems like blacks is the hardest on each other.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Like I said, the crab in the barrel mentality.
We the hardest. We the hardest on ourselves.
I feel like the only time they would is if they're like very famous, like Virgil Abloh, R.I.P., like his off-white shit. Like black people, they would support that just because it was very expensive, mainstream. Kanye wore it. Everybody, hella celebrities would wear it.
Whoever seen Coming to America in here?
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure we all done seen Coming to America.
Definitely.
So my dude. The girl daddy, he had the restaurant called
McDowell's.
Motherfucking McDowell's, like a black McDonald's.
Yeah.
So fast forward to today. You got the regular McDonald's and you got the McDowell's. Mm-hmm. Which one you gonna go to?
Honestly, I would go to McDowell's for real. just cause I love that. I love that movie.
But you see the racial choice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're gonna go to the man. And with the man, you program to think everything gonna be right. Mm-hmm. But when you go to McDowell's, you're gonna put a stigmatism on this
because it's black,
and you're gonna try to point out all the bad things about it.
You ain't thinking like, I need to support this man right here. I'm thinking just because this the white man is gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's what all black people got to go through because they try to program that, in not just our minds, just over time. Just look what they did to the Native Americans. They try to assimilate them into the white culture. They were like, yeah, you guys aren't us, but you're gonna be learning the shit that we learn, and you're gonna be doing shit as we do because we're always right.
Yeah, but I don't know how you like what I don't understand that word white culture. Like that right there, it's kind of a weird thing to me because like I personally believe white people don't really have a culture.
This is white culture mean like religion, like Christianity type shit. Like they going whatever we knew, like God, He's real. The church, you're gonna go to the church, and whatever the pastor, whatever he preaches is true. Whatever the Bible says is true. That's what white culture is.
I wouldn't say that's white culture. I wouldn't say that's white culture. I would say that's
old white culture though.
Dominant trait. Like other people didn't force people to assimilate, but the way that happened in America, yeah, that's very messed up. But it definitely comes. People definitely force religion all the time in other countries.
Oh yeah,
like
they still do it here.
Conform, like you need to conform.
Yeah.
Like, from the Romans, Greece, like you're not conforming, and that's anything. So I wouldn't really call conforming a white culture. They might have did it the most, so they might have patented that name. Like the colonialism is part of conforming, so you can put that under one umbrella and call colonialism that. But I wouldn't really just tie that to white culture or they take over everything. But yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a time out and I'm gonna say, since y'all been in school. The stuff y'all been taught in school. Who was your favorite black person in Black History Month?
Man.
You know who mine is?
Rosa Parks, like the teachers are.
She said no.
No.
My favorite
Shout
black
Rosa,
person in Black History Month is George Washington Carver.
Peanut butter?
Not just peanut butter, but he had over 100 inventions.
And he was slept on. Don't nobody think about him.
Inventions. Yeah. Not saying that which one, some that they done took from you or took credit, but motherfucking peanut butter.
They're sleeping on.
Is the most motherfucking.
It's the most common household item you will find.
Jelly.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly. Now they make non-crustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You can get it anyway how you want it.
Anywhere. They make sushi that's based off a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
George
Washington. It's not bad.
If you had to go back, who would be your most decorative Black History person?
Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall.
I respect that.
7 projects of that man from second grade to like 8th grade.
And who was Thurgood Marshall?
Thurgood Marshall was a lawyer based in, I think, quote me if I'm wrong, Massachusetts. Might have to fact check me, but I know he was doing his thing when he got up to the Supreme Court. So he never made it there, but as far as being a black man in Congress and be able to make those decisions, that's what really had me intrigued. That's why I did all those projects.
Play the game on all levels.
Exactly.
Thurgood Marshall. What about you, Keisean?
I'm gonna switch it to Nykel. I gotta do some deeper thinking. Gotta
you
slim
no
mine
black people
down a little bit.
You don't.
I just gotta slim mine down because I
have to say.
Ouch.
I have to say Harriet Tubman. Not only because during that time, white people they saw the black people as inferior, so what they would do was scare them psychologically and physically. With the physically is they whooped them, they beat them with the with the whip, which psychologically tormented them. So like, oh, we can't do it. But
how's
Harriet Tubman? She saw right through that, and she was like, nah, we're gonna get liberated. And she wasn't scared of any
conforming.
She was not conforming, and she wasn't scared of any punishment. She was like, nah, I'm gonna get my people, we're gonna go. Because I know the strength that we can do and the power in numbers. So I'm gonna get y'all, we're gonna go. And that she just wasn't scared. She didn't let fear stop her. So that's Harriet Tubman is mine. And Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, that was close. Massachusetts is up there somewhere.
Yeah.
That was close. Baltimore.
If I had to choose, I'd probably choose Rosa Parks because it's just that.
No.
Rosa Parks was gangster. She said, "I ain't getting
straight."
up.
It's like
tired.
She Rosa Parks. Like how I think of how that happened was like say that it was like Medea or something like that. Like I can just think of her just being like,
Medea
no.
on the bus.
Like I've been I've been working on my feet for 15 hours. I'm ready to. No, I'm not moving. I'm sitting right here. We can get this bus moving. We all getting off eventually, so I don't understand why it matters.
So with those 4 picks, we got Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Thurgood, and
George
Washington Carver. So now those picks, are those based off what they told us in school? Because like being honest, those are pretty common Black history figures. Rosa Parks, Don't Get Up. They were right. Yeah. I mean, first.
Let me see somebody chiming in on one. Let me see what he got.
Good hand. Quick hands. Come on now.
Yeah, because Tomma was not catching that.
but that goes back to what I was saying about them teaching Black history in school. It's only about the
I'm not saying those are not important. Those are the main ones you learn about. But it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
Like I said, unsung heroes that don't get talked about.
Exactly.
Those are really common figures. Rosa Parks. And nothing wrong with Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks was considered the first lady of civil rights and the mother of the freedom movement.
Right. Yeah, she was like the start of like that civil rights thing.
She wasn't really a black dark skinned woman. She was fair skinned. So she probably, Rosa Parks probably was like, motherfucker, I'm light skinned and you still hounding me about this seat.
Like, bro, I'm half you. Black. Leave me alone.
Man,
that. Feel like I'm still black and shit, and she just like, well, fuck it, I'm not.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, it didn't stop at Rosa Parks. It was more that that didn't get taught in school. Yeah, exactly. Like, they got looked over.
Lots more.
They might have slapped Rosa Parks in the textbook.
They are all looking over how we used to be kings, queens, like how we used to have power.
But we don't know about it.
But we don't know about it because they don't want to teach it. They don't want to teach that strong side of black power.
Factor this in. We're going to go back in time.
Again? Like, this is our third time?
And now you are a high-profile black person for change. And you know what used to happen to them? They used to get assassinated for the cause. For you trying to change what you do.
Oh, yeah.
You see that Martin Luther King.
Malcolm X.
They tried to make an example out of Muhammad Ali, but they couldn't kill him because he was such a superstar, but they tried to put him back.
Yeah.
I think that's what's really about Black History Month, about the people that sacrificed their lives, lost their lives for change for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're martyrs.
With all the great people that did things, but you have to understand that black people that sacrifice their lives to be great, that's what we should be happy about. That made change. Martin Luther King, he ain't punched no motherfucker in the mouth. You know what I mean? He didn't do
super peaceful.
Do nothing violent.
Yeah, Black excellence, like I said, it's treated as like a form of active terrorism. Black excellence, it's a scary thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that just goes to show if he had that much power, they was willing to kill that man. They was willing to kill that man because he was so powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think them is the real true pioneers of black history, that they got so powerful in their color and as who they were that they was a threat to society. And now, I say to this day, if you become a threat to society, they're going to find a way to put you out.
And they're going to make it seem like it was a natural cause, like a car accident, suicide.
Black Panther, they ain't want to see him. They ain't want to deal with that problem.
Right. Cut that off.
The Black Messiah, I watched that motherfucking movie. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah?
Yeah, that motherfucker shocked the shit out of me. They used black on black crime.
Oh, yeah. Come get paid, be an informant.
Hey, black on black crime, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man, they just playing chess in the streets back then.
Right.
They were playing chess. We'll let them.
And they play with that man's freedom. Oh, yeah, we're going to put you in jail if you don't do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's an assault.
They're wicked.
All out assault on black, whoever. Playing with a man's freedom, they going to me or you.
Yeah.
That's bad.
All right, so what were you guys' experiences growing up in Cincinnati as a black man?
Man, let me tell you this. I just called my cat, and I was telling him
You could just
about
tell
all
he
the
old
times
head.
I got pulled over. What is it called? Driving while black. DWB.
DWB.
DWB. I done caught an obstruction of justice charge. Driving while black. I done caught a DUI charge coming from a bar. Driving while black. I done been pulled over many a times when my son was in the car with me as an infant. Driving while black.
I once got pulled over with my dad in our Beamer that we had. It was like he bought the car with like the tents. So like the tents were darker, you know, you could see in, but you could definitely see out. We got pulled over like right before the like the town lines or whatever ended, and he stopped us. He was like, you do know that like your windows are kind of dark, and then he didn't test it. He didn't put a thing on the window and test it. He was just like, nah, that's too dark. And you see two black, we was on our way to Dollar General to get some deodorant and some shampoo, and he pulled us over because our tents were too dark, but we had passed like 30 cars with tents darker than ours. You couldn't even see in at all. Like you could still see that we was black. I think that's crazy.
The tent black enough? Come here.
Yeah, come here. Come here. Stopped us ASAP. Like we was just about to turn. He stopped us ASAP. He was waiting for us.
So
I think that's so
like,
crazy.
We just like anywhere else.
He even asked for my ID. With me being 14 years old, he was like, "Can I have your ID too?" Jesus. What you need my ID for? I'm not driving. I'm in the passenger seat and I'm 14 years old. What do you need my ID for? Most of the time, 14-year-olds don't have an ID. Yeah. The only reason I got a state ID was because I had a job at Kroger.
Y'all remember
the only
idea?
reason.
Y'all remember my idea for y'all high school year? What I said I wanted to do?
Us volunteering at the police department so they know us.
Yeah, I want to take y'all up to the police department. Introduce, hey, here go the pictures. These is my boys. They go to Oak Hill High School. Y'all ever pull them over? Leave them the fuck alone.
That's not.
And I still think that's a terrible idea.
That's a terrible idea.
I think that was a terrible idea. I did not want to do that. I don't know if I remember, but I did not want to do that.
Honestly, at first when you did that, I was like, I don't understand why. But now I get it now. I understand.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't understand. I understood. What are you trying to do? You know, be familiar, make sure we ain't just no random hooligans.
Yeah, but I don't think it was gonna work.
Man,
so you can have special treatment.
I don't want that.
Ain't no such thing as special treatment being a black man, though.
Is about special treatment.
But you got to understand that. Say you would have done that. It wouldn't give us no special treatment. Unless you were working for the police department or our mom was working
unless
for the police
you were higher up than them.
They're not going I don't expect the police department to pass the word.
I knew them personally.
Yeah.
I would say that. But on the basic, and this is what they try to do with the community shit. Like, put the police in the community so they could know, excuse my language, so they could know niggas before they judge niggas. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's all the community-based shit with police is about. So for me to try to introduce y'all to say, hey, now your friend James goes to the same, your kid goes to the same school he goes to, and you know him. So when you see James, you be like, James, what the fuck are you doing over here? Get the fuck out of here and go home. I want to get the same treatment for my boys when y'all see them like, oh, Mr. Thomas, this is Mr. Thomas' boys. You know, I know you. What the fuck you doing over here, Nykel, in the woods with Becky? You know what I mean? Get your ass home. You know what I mean? Yeah. Becky, get your ass home too. So y'all can have that pass. Yeah. It's basically trying to build a pass for you. Not to say, oh, you good to fuck up and do what you want to.
More of a relationship.
Motherfucker just saying, hey, I know you. Get on. Yeah. Because it do exist.
Yeah, it do, but I wouldn't bake my African American life on that, man. I don't know, bro.
I feel like
because I just don't trust the next cop to pass my name along to the next person say he good. I don't trust. No. That's a game of telephone.
Yeah. One motherfucker gonna be like, who the fuck is?
They don't care about that, man. Right. I don't give a fuck. So. All that around, I wouldn't even trust my black life on that, man.
I say in a perfect world, That might have
worked. You
In
know,
a perfect world, yes.
On the flip side, if I work for Green Township Police and y'all get pulled over, what y'all gonna say?
Well, we would have.
What car would you pull out your back pocket?
We would have. You would have gave us a card.
No, you're gonna be like.
What you talking about? You said if you was policing.
Just like how the regular day people, you see in the news when a law enforcement get pulled over, they tell them, "Hey, I'm law enforcement," to try to get that pass right away.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying to create for y'all. I was trying to create a pass in case y'all got caught up in a bad situation.
And like, unless they printed out that, laminated that, and stamped it and ironed it, it wouldn't be tangible. That's not a tangible trust.
But they got there's a lot of subliminal passes out there too.
I feel like your idea might have worked if we would have grown up knowing them, because they would have been like they're good kids. They're responsible. I know. Like if we're like, you had a really good relationship with them, and say like we've gone over to their house and they've watched us, or if you've watched their kids type shit, that might have worked. Type shit. If we knew him personally, that might have worked.
Like if his son was on the track team like you was, like, that's Officer Dan, that's Nykel.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you would get that pass.
Yeah. That might have worked, but only with that officer. It wouldn't have been like pass it on type shit.
And then, it's even more. It comes down to like demographics in the area, like where we lived at in Oak Hills. Like, I don't want to go to the Oak Hills police station or Delhi or wherever we might be at.
Green Township type shit.
Like maybe like if we went down to I am not gonna say Aiken, but like Withrow police station. All right, it's a couple cops in there that deal with the people that I actually know, that know how to deal with black people. Not that you'll give a pass for black people, but who knows how to deal with it. Like that we might have gone to that police station and like they don't deal with this. Like even if they knew us, like it would have been, like I said, it has to be a much deeper tangible trust on that.
We're in a predominantly white suburban
and trying to walk in a police station and getting a trust from a suburban police station. Good luck.
Yeah.
It's like, bro. It's like, I mean, you can. It's like you can shoot, but like, it's just a shot with your eyes closed.
It's on them to say, okay, you got the pass. I'm gonna give him a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass.
All right.
But where does that stop though?
But what do you mean by pass though? Do you mean like you gonna get off with a warning?
Yeah, the pass meaning
because some cops' passes are just giving you a ticket.
They uphold you to the law, but instead they're gonna take the law in their own hands and let you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I look for that motherfucker.
Not to tell them myself, but I like to break the law too, just as much as the cop.
You're not the only one.
I'm looking for that pass. Like, where's my motherfucking pass at?
It's Black History Month. I need that.
You mean yeah.
I got 28 days of pass. Where is that?
Yeah, but these people don't care about we been do our reparations. We been do our reparations. If it start with a pass and me getting off, good luck.
So Black History Month.
The
Who
government.
You think the dominant race is right now?
Well, it's the dominant race.
The dominant race. I mean, we could be trendsetters. I think the blacks is trendsetters.
We definitely are. Everybody wants. Most people.
It's about the numbers.
I want to say most people want to be like us because we have our swag a different way. We hold ourselves. We are like self-confident type shit.
The world would not be as different and diverse
without
as it
black
is
culture.
Without black creativity.
Black culture. Everybody strives to have black culture because it's just potent.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's infectious.
I think it's just U.S. black culture because
it's stolen.
From my motherfucking experience of travels and being in different countries, it ain't about what color you is.
Not at all.
It's about what motherfucking money you got.
And how I feel like it's also like how you portray yourself as a person. I feel like it's not like, it's normally not about your color. It's about how do you portray yourself and how do you
treat other people.
Yeah, how you treat other people, how like what aura you give off and like your vibe and energy while around different kind of people. Because it's like if you negative, it don't matter what color you are, they gonna want you out. But it's like you can be purple, you could be a whole alien, but if you partying and you chilling and just vibing with everybody, ain't nobody gonna think nothing of it. Right. They gonna be sitting there having fun like, hey, like he lit, hey yo.
As long as you are a good person, no matter what skin color or whatever you are, as long as you're a good person, respect people, there should be no problems. But not a lot of people.
It's not always like it should be
not always like that. Yeah.
If it was as baseline as if you good, I'm good, no problems, right?
Yeah.
If it was like that, racism would not be a thing in 2022.
Man, we wouldn't have competition.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be no Target and
we would
Walmart.
not be
It
having
would
this
just be all Walmarts.
Yeah.
So why the fuck is Black History Month in February?
28 days.
Why is it not in another month?
Because
all we
deserve is 28
I'm not
days.
educated enough for that.
It's the shortest month.
Yeah, it's the shortest month. That's about as long as I know.
Right. Rather it was done on purpose.
I bet you it's like,
is that
right.
intentional?
Honestly, I would believe if it
Why
was.
is Penny Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, why is the penny black?
Abraham Lincoln tried to free the slaves. Make them the most worthless.
Try to free the slaves by having slaves.
Y'all now this day, you know what I mean? Like, is y'all past that? Like,
No, it's just an example that more change needs to happen. That's all. It's just a reminder that change needs to keep going. That it's a reminder that it's not enough.
You know what's crazy that I just thought of? People get off for Martin Luther King Day, like for his birthday, but nobody gets off for Malcolm X Day. I don't even know his birthday.
2023. It's a petition on the ballot to get rid of Black History Month.
Black History Year, all year.
And look to the real public, that sounds like a crazy statement, but it's really
if you really think
it's
about
really
it.
a bigger goal than just get rid of the month. It's really to bring 365 awareness.
Because we just got Juneteenth. We literally just got Juneteenth.
Just got Juneteenth.
What the fuck?
That's when
black people did.
That's when they freed the slaves.
But why is you making that something?
Because people didn't like 4th of
because
July.
because slavery was liberated.
Celebrate that.
Well,
I don't want to celebrate
it's really like, I'm not gonna say to make them feel better about themselves about what they did. But, look, they got a holiday, like it's
like,
it's
look at
performative.
them. They got a holiday.
We're gonna give you a little shine. Here go a quarter.
Yeah, it's
Go get you some candy. June 17th.
It's a real performative holiday for sure. Because
it's more about bringing
black
awareness.
people are not going to the store and say Happy Juneteenth month.
Oh yeah,
like, that's not happening.
We ain't even dabbing up on Black History Month.
We didn't. Look,
I do.
We did not even.
I'm not gonna
Look,
cap.
we
I'll
didn't
be
even know about
saying,
Some stuff I don't
Juneteenth.
tolerate during Black
I'll be
History
doing
Month.
that.
We didn't even know about Juneteenth until the Blackest episode. We didn't. Nobody knew about Juneteenth until the Blackest episode.
Just hit the scene. What, 2 years ago?
Just about
2 years ago. During COVID.
Yep.
Now we're supposed to celebrate it.
What did you celebrate?
I personally don't know. Like, I get the goal, but I don't understand why it was just like why just add it if it's not gonna make an actual difference. It's like, yeah, we have a holiday, but
what are you
it's
gonna
like,
do to? Are you gonna invest in different black businesses?
yeah,
Is the government gonna invest?
is it gonna actually make a
black
change in
mental
the
health?
black community?
How's it gonna make a change? Yeah, you can make it a holiday, but what's that gonna do for the black community? Well, you gonna give us reparations every time?
I think we all too far gone. I think we all too far gone as a race because I don't even really think it's about the black and the white because we so wrapped up.
It's bigger than black and white.
Yeah,
It's a problem with the whole way of
in
life.
the
Can't
shine,
change overnight.
In the bling, in the likes, in the social media. I think we don't care about that shit no more. I think we care about what's relevant now. You know what I mean? You say Black History Month, but I think we more. I think we more relevant in the social media.
I definitely agree. Yeah, more is deeper.
Definitely.
I think it's more like a cyberpunk where like you know how aliens sci-fi where it's a bunch of different aliens with 2 ears, 3 noises, but they got some jewelry on. It's gonna be wolf at the end of the day. So it's like it's come down to no matter how you look at it or what you look like, it's gonna go down to that wealth. Like science movies where it's like. It's a poor, like, you can't tell a poor alien from a rich alien. Like, they all, because they're all funny looking people. But it's about how much money they got, though.
Like, it's just a caste system. Depends on how rich you are and how poor you are type shit.
Yeah. And you're just talking from, like, a race perspective. Like, it's not, like I said, it's all going to be black and white. You know, we're not still far from that, time period. So it's still, for right now, it's going to be, black and white, who get that interview first type thing.
I think it's more about now.
But
it's more about the money.
Yeah,
it's definitely more about the money.
It's not there, but it's a shift happening. It's slowly shifting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if this was Black History Month, January, February, March. It turned March. You ain't thinking about Black History Month no more. You ain't thinking about Black History Month no more. You thinking about
it sound like you throwing it hard too.
I heard that shit too.
Some force.
Cars, clothes, and girls.
All right, let's talk about Black Twitter and how y'all feel about Black Twitter.
I love Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Black Twitter?
I'm talking about Black Twitter.
That is
Black
Twitter, man.
Yeah, Black Twitter is definitely.
Black Twitter will overwhelm some topics on there.
Oh, they got a Twitter and then they got a Black Twitter?
No,
It's
it's
all
it's
Black
Twitter.
Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Yeah.
I say honestly, no, it's two different sides of Twitter.
So somebody break it down to me. What?
It's like I was telling you earlier. Black Twitter is essentially just making jokes out of shit that really shouldn't be jokes, but black people can find humor in anything. Yeah. Essentially, it's taking the pain that you see in something and turning it into comedy, into humor,
making a laugh out
Twitter.
of it.
Yeah, that's essentially Black Twitter.
What's fun about Black Twitter?
So it's like
You can make fun of anything.
Yeah,
you
say
can make fun of
let's
no
talk
matter what
about
happened to you, something's gonna be funny.
Let's talk about the Drake and hot sauce type the
Drake
situation.
and hot sauce, what's that about?
See?
So
Now there's Twitter, and then there's Black Twitter on that.
yeah, Twitter on Twitter you would see, Drake used hot sauce to, Drake put hot sauce in the condom to burn,
Kill a sperm.
yeah, to kill his sperm and to burn the other girl if she tried to put it, blah blah blah.
right?
No, that's serious.
Nah, this happened.
Black Twitter would be like,
Drake walking with the hot babies. Like,
nah, literally, it's like.
Hot like bling.
Yeah, it's taking that. They
Yeah.
just amplified it. They just making a whole bunch of different jokes that everybody can just laugh at.
It's like
Uncensored
Black,
and
and it's funny because you ain't got to be black to laugh at it.
You don't.
You don't.
All hands raised up if y'all agree. Black people is the best in capping on any motherfucker ever.
It depends. It
definitely
does,
gonna
but
say
it
I had
depends.
a Hispanic give it to me one time. he said a barrio. He was getting me. I knew it. He was used to it. He went to like the inner city school, so he knew what was up. I didn't got cooked, but going to inner city schools, he got it from black people. So
Yeah.
People pick up on that. So like you said, it come from black people already from the jump.
Yeah, I say shout out Black History Month. We gonna take capping. We invented it.
Capping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you understand just black Twitter and shit like that? Just to
It's capping on motherfuckers. Right?
yeah, essently.
Pretty
But
much.
Yeah,
with
like,
Mike and shit
like,
like that,
it can get dark. Like my dog just got hit. Shouldn't have been in the street.
on God. Yeah.
Like it'll get deep like that for real.
On God. It's just like when you see somebody who's I don't know if you've seen it, but like a fan talking about, I didn't really like your last album, or for somebody, and then you know how they say don't have RIP in your bio, and then the artist be like, fuck that, and then they be and then the people be like, you fucked up on that one. Everybody be laughing type shit because they said
That get
RIP.
crucial.
Yeah, they get like that's Black Twitter type shit.
I don't think that's not Black Twitter. That's Twitter.
No. Yeah, I'm not mad
Twitter,
at it,
bro.
Oh, it's straight.
Nah, they
Yeah,
do.
no,
be
you gotta
talking
really
about
be on
them
Twitter.
dead
That's
homies.
not- I'm not
They
gonna
go
put
in that
that-
bio early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, black people say "f your dead homies" for sure.
No,
but
I'm
when they
talking
get on Twitter,
I'm talking about people laughing at it. I'm talking about like people making memes out of it
oh
type
man,
shit.
we all laugh at that.
Yeah.
man, that's a Twitter unite. Don't
Yeah.
put a bulletproof vest on and take the people out your bio.
On God.
Definitely take them people out your bio.
Because people on the internet do not care about your
Take
bio.
them
no, they
off.
don't.
They do not care.
They don't give a yeah.
You open for everybody.
Oh man,
One
RP
wrong-
him, bet.
One wrong
bet.
opinion, they talk about, how your mama doing?
Black History
You
Month.
sit there like,
You know who?
you
who
can't
black
say
right
nothing
now?
back.
Who
You can't say
black
nothing
right
back.
now?
You just gotta take that L.
Goldberg. She got suspended from the View.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
commenting on
the Jews,
Holocaust.
yeah. She said
Okay.
that
Really?
Jews isn't about race; it's about white on white, differentials, like the perspective, and they didn't like that.
That is wild. Because it definitely was a discriminatory event.
Yeah,
I don't like it because of this. Already from the jump, that's discriminatory.
yeah.
Man, my fucking thoughts about the school and Black History Month. You know, in schools, that's when y'all first start developing y'all racism thoughts, because they teach y'all that shit about the slavery shit. I don't want that shit in school. Don't try to teach me that white people used to be above me.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? For me to build strength, to be like I'm better, or I need to be great. Like, they need to take that shit out.
One of the worst things I feel like to experience as a black kid growing up in a primarily white school is just them having them topics talking about slavery and how we were brought down under, and everybody listen, and like they having like a presentation or whatever, and as soon as like slavery or something like that come up, everybody
Look at you. Everybody
looking
look
over at you like, oh, like
Right.
Like, why are you looking at me? Like, those were my ancestors. That is not me as a person. I don't understand why you see the word slave and look at me because I'm black.
But that's when you start to see your fellow students feel like they empowered over you too.
I wish one of my fellow students would have. Oh my God.
Oh, like my 9-year-old daughter, like she's starting to learn about Black history in school. About these was the slaves. Why the fuck would you want to try to teach me that white people was above me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What?
I've never thought of it from that point of view, but yeah, that's different.
Past in the past, like that's not gonna strengthen.
Oh God, so it needs to be a new starting point.
It definitely
for Black
do
history.
because I feel like they keep teaching.
But we might lose that though.
I think we don't lost that. I
No.
think that people don't. People look at people. I look at people for people. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but that's how you, a black man, looks at it.
But that's not in the general. That thought of thinking, that's not in our justice system. If that was cool, then everybody get a fair trial. But Timmy might get 5 years. I'm getting 20. So
that's because
what's crazy?
That's because we in a system that's not built for us. You know what I mean?
Right. So
don't forget.
System
now
definitely is built off white
slavery
supremacy.
Was converted into prison.
Amen.
yeah, Jim Crow.
We ain't. That system is not built for us. That system is built against us.
It's built to keep us down
How
under.
many people have been released from jail for crimes they didn't commit? Black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many people? How many people that have been what they call it railroaded because you couldn't afford a lawyer or you couldn't do that? So you got
here's a public attorney.
You got accused. You got sentenced 20 years, and now they want to put you on TV to say, "Oh, this man been released after 20 years for a crime we didn't commit because now we got new DNA." You know what I mean? Blah blah blah.
Right.
These are black people that just been victims, not just a Black History Month, but just being black type shit. Being black, you had to do 20 years to get free of something you didn't do.
Yep, and I think it's so crazy. Y'all remember that story about that one kid shooting up the school or whatever?
Yeah.
Man, which one?
On God, bro.
Which
Literally.
story?
But like it was one where like to detain him, they literally like walked up on him, and then like calmly took the gun, stuff like that, talked to him, blah blah blah. But there was a black guy, completely unarmed, and they were trying to say that he was not following like what they were saying and stuff like that, and they were sitting there restraining him.
Are you talking about every black guy that they fucking shot?
Yes, everyone compared to the one where he literally had a gun, already got 3 bodies under his chin, but you just pretty much just was like, okay, go sit down for a little bit, go sit in the corner for a little bit, and blah blah blah. However that worked out, that really gets to me because it's like, yeah, this system was brought up on white supremacy, but like, where's the line? In order for us to stop the racism in general, I feel like we need a line within our justice system that'd let people know, okay, this is truly unbiased, and we are truly trying to find justice
and to kind
in
of
a case.
Top this off with Black history and racism.
I don't want my 28 days of Black History. I give y'all that back. I take 365
to top it off, like not to say we help,
365 all day.
Not to say we helpless, but we can't really trust the people in power to make that line for us.
We gotta do this shit
like
ourselves.
until we can get, I'm not saying we need an all-star Black Supreme Court up in there, but it will help representation. It will help these laws get better.
Would.
So we can't trust people in power to make that line for us, like you was talking, brother.
Is that?
I got a real question for y'all.
We don't even have any black people in the Supreme Court right now.
Hey,
look. I got a real question.
Actually, no, we got one black guy.
Oh, there's got to be somebody in there.
2022. Would y'all rather it be separated still, black and white?
No.
Not at all.
White this, black that.
Separate but equal.
Black this, white that.
No.
2022.
I would not want that, but then again, there is some certain stuff that is still like that in 2022.
It'd be the same shit as back then to Jim Crow.
It just ain't no signs on it no more.
It's sickening.
I feel like if we would have kept the Jim Crows.
Anything that white people make.
I feel like if it was the same thing as Jim Crow, I feel like it was the same thing as Jim Crow. Back then we like kept
we would have sticks and stones if that was the case.
Microphone
laying on tarps.
Put it down.
I feel like if Jim
we
Crow,
gotta record with peanut butter.
don't buy it.
All right.
You know what I mean? That's when you really gonna get back into the racist stuff. You know, I'm only gonna spend my money. But if y'all don't know, like other races, the Asian races,
I love the Asian community,
other minorities and stuff like that.
Money with black people, they make money off of black people.
Yeah.
So if you get back to
Arabs too.
To the simple thoughts of it,
yeah.
If you get back to the simple thoughts of it, Nike, Nike, Jordan. Is it made by a black person? Is the black people money? No, I don't want it. They won't be shit without us. Y'all forget the black dollar is a big dollar because we always striving for that status.
So what about the people who do the deals with them? You know, the black people who do the deals with them.
They just as bad.
They just as bad. Black person doing the deal for it to say, hey, I could come to you and say, I know black people gonna do this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make the deal, make me rich and you rich. Like people will sacrifice the black race for their own game.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan, he's a prime example. When back when they had the shootout of the people, the black teens that were fighting over, and somebody got shot and killed over the Jordans they were waiting in line. When Michael Jordan, when they asked him about it, he said, "I made Jordans for white kids."
He said that exact statement.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I'm asking like that sounds like a pretty blatant statement. Is that just talk or is that an actual statement?
No, he said it's not verbatim, but he essentially he was like, "I made it for white kids or suburban kids."
What's one of Michael Jordan's investments that people
say he did that for the black community? I respect for you.
People have it's controversial what Michael Jordan when he invested in the prisons. Did y'all hear that?
No,
I do remember hearing something that he has multiple investments in multiple prisons.
And like private prisons.
I did hear that.
Private prisons,
just prisons in general. He just has investments in them.
Not prison reform, not changing prison for the better.
No, just the
putting
whole
money
idea
into the prison.
Of a prison.
Yeah. Like a
keeping the lights on at the prison.
Investment.
Yeah.
Prisons. I invest in prisons because the
prisons do make money.
Jesus Christ.
I can guarantee
inmates are
prisoners. We're gonna get the money to feed the prisoners. We're gonna get the money to house them. So the prison game is per prisoner, they gonna make it like $5,000 a prison.
Mm-hmm.
The government money. It's
for a private
and
prison.
Michael Jordan invested in
it. Is
for a private
business.
prison even more. Private prison even more too.
So that's why I say we far away from a true original black history about the black pioneers.
Yeah, for sure.
Now everybody sees the money inside of it. You know what I mean? The money, the benefit. What's your benefit? What's your benefit? Everything we look at now is what's the benefit? What's the money?
Yeah, how much money could I get out of this? How much money do I have to spend?
Guess what? I'm making money on YouTube now.
All right.
If I get this, I'm making money on this. Don't never get twisted. It's always been about the money.
I feel like it's always going to be about the money, too.
It's not about the cause. It's always been about the money. And if you put the cause in there, you can guarantee that inside of that, it's about the money. All the TV shows I be watching, the billions, all that shit, it's about the political power. It's bigger than you.
Way bigger.
It's bigger than this basement. It's bigger than this conversation. It's who know who. You know what I mean? Who know who? What can I do? What strings can I push?
Yeah.
Who can make it happen?
Oh, God. All right, so my bad not to interrupt you. We're going to end it off on this. What do you guys think about black culture? We kind of like started on it. No, so we're going to end on it. What do you guys think about black culture? I love black culture.
Yeah, I love black culture. Everybody else should love black culture. You know, not forcibly, but you know, I just expect you to see, at least respect the change that it brought, or the influence that it has. Like, I'm not asking you to conform to black culture and represent black culture and don't get cornrows and don't have mixed kids. Like, that's deep. But, you know, I expect you to respect you to see the change that what black culture is. That's my stand on black culture. Now, as far as, like, what is black culture, you know, it could be watching, you know, Friday After Next or watching Martin
Friday.
on a Saturday.
That's crazy.
You know, that's black.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the BET Awards, right.
Boondocks.
Literally.
Boondocks, right. So, like, what is black culture? That's up to black people, you know. We've been doing this from the jump. But, you know, what black culture should represent, you know, that could be many things.
Okay, so what's black culture to you, Jaylen?
Like I said, just respecting the change that it has. Like, the black culture is from the music that's made, the food that's made, from the things that make this country money, makes the world money. That's black culture is the work, I won't say content to make it seem like it's a tangible object, but just the change from shit the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Like black culture,
I think it's a money thing. Black culture is money.
Yeah, and
Rap, that's a money-making black culture.
rock and roll. We
Black
started a lot of this
culture.
country. Black people started a lot of those music, country, rock and roll. Like we started those
Blues,
categories.
jazz.
Yep, I
type
was just
shit.
about to say that, jazz.
Blues, yeah, like a lot of stuff is black culture. So it's, you know, we speak from a standpoint of we're held on a pedestal, but not respected. Like
You know
that.
one thing about black culture we don't have? Cars. We always follow the leader on cars.
Yeah, that is true.
Is there a black car?
Black owned car,
Except for the
Chrysler 300,
the Cadillac,
Chrysler
I would
300.
say is a
Is
black
that-
culture.
Cadillac
Black
definitely
person,
is a
yeah,
black car.
Old man is Cadillac.
Oh.
Cadillac, you made it. Black culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a white man's car. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Black culture.
Yeah, the things that represent, you know, cleaning on Sundays and all that. So,
Yeah, with gospel or R&B bumping.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man.
I say we get to keep the gospel. That's definitely.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
ours. We be getting.
That's
I feel like
ours.
when we get so lit in black churches, it's
Oh, yeah.
different.
That's
Sure.
ours.
I need
Be
to
there
go.
from
I do.
Black
But
8 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
How much Joe Osteen you listen to?
And then
Still
12 to
yeah,
2.
you walk in that
It's
church and you hear
12
that choir, you gonna feel something.
All right, Mr. Thomas, what's black culture to you? I know you said dollar signs, but outside the dollar signs, what else do you think about black culture? What is it to you?
Man, black culture is swag to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the swag. The day in, day out swag. I see it. I see it in everybody as far as how we dress, the things we say. I think it's more of a compete thing in black culture. Like, we competing against ourselves for a game that we ain't winning in.
Yeah. Play an impossible game.
Mm-hmm.
We, for me, for success, when I became successful, it was about how much nice things I could have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that ain't necessarily based off of black culture. That's just based off of the culture of success. What you can have. You know, what you can do. What you can say you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about the success, because you always measuring yourself. You measuring yourself to a motherfucker that have something.
Yeah, comparing, contrasting.
Yeah.
What you don't got, what he got.
Compare.
Yeah.
It's the comparison. What made me feel successful? Oh, I can have this. Oh, yeah, I'd have made it.
Oh, God.
But in my reality, it's about staying in my own lane. When I stop comparing myself to other people and stay in my own lane,
Yeah.
that's when I feel to myself that I was successful. You know what I mean? And then other people, they take their eyes and look at you and say, "Oh, this is what the other people that's successful have."
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then I get to the point to where this shit ain't even gratifying.
Right. Your standards be
Yeah.
based off something else,
Yeah.
and once you.
Material things aren't really that big of a deal when it
Yeah.
comes to trying to see if you are all
Right.
you can be, and you've tried and you've reached as far as you feel that you can reach. To
You got to set your own life standards to reach what you really that's gonna make you feel accomplished. Like,
what makes you happy? What makes you feel successful?
You can't take material things when you die.
No.
Nykel, you got a degree in criminal justice. How does that make you feel as a black person? It'll make you feel regular. It'll make you feel like you an achieved black person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it gratifying to you, or is it just an accomplishment to you?
Feels good. It's an accomplishment. I mean, I'm the first person to graduate in my family from college.
Yeah, breaking barriers for sure.
Breaking barriers. It always feels good to, break barriers.
First black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. And then you get the degree, though. It's like, to whose standards does this make me a better black person? Does it make me a better, like, you might get the extra 2,000, 3,000 on paper, but, like, if that's something that's not tangible, does this make you a better black? Does this give you a higher inward pass or anything like that?
I think it gives you the opportunity to make more money.
Back to the money.
Be more successful.
Back to the money.
What we talk about, I still say it's all about the money.
It definitely all corresponds with the money, because then again, if without money, we would not run as a country. Yeah, without money.
All right, Key. Black culture to you.
Black culture to me is the lack of effort it takes to get known, so to speak. Like the lack of effort it takes for a black person to put this video out and this go viral and a whole bunch of people think it's funny. Like I feel like the funny is effortless. The style is effortless. The way that we want to make a better life for black people in general is just effortless. And I feel like, I'm not really going to say that white people like try, but it's just like you can just tell that black people do it with just a little bit more heart, and that they're doing it.
It's more genuine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more genuine, and it's not about, like my family wants this, or I was born into this family, so I have to be like this. Yeah. It's more of I was born at a disadvantage, so I want to be like this. I want to be set, and I want to be looked at like any other successful person out there. Right. Like, I don't want my color to define me as a person and be like, oh, you're black, you deserve to be in the projects, living right next to a corner store where people get shot every day.
Yeah, I think that we use that as our drive.
Yes.
We use that as our drive for greatness. But there was a quality manager that I had at my job. He was a white guy. Now, I can't say that he was a prominent white guy, but I tried to tell him, and I was trying to use this as an advantage, like my story of, I came from nothing and I'm here. And he said, Tomma, everybody got a story. And he was telling me that my story was no better than his story. But the great thing about it was we met at the same place with having these stories of overcoming the challenges in our lives to be here type shit. And I had to respect him for that, to say that my story was no better than your story. But the key thing about it was we here in this moment, being able to share our success at this time. So I had to retract my story and just be like, yeah, I need to be happy. This is where I am. This is where I came from, my story type shit. Yeah. So that's when I took the color out of it and trying to say that just because he was white, he was privileged, but he wasn't. And he made the story for himself as well. So that's when I stopped seeing color, and I look at people for people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Just because you the color you are, that don't make you better than me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have to look at you in the eye to eye, and see what kind of person you is. Right. And when you get that, I think when black people put that down and quit thinking that because a person is a different race than you, that they may have the one up on you, and you look at them eye to eye, and you work as hard as them, then y'all all the same. And then that's when people deal with you on an even level. You know what I mean? Where I can go in a room full of CEOs and hold myself up and be reputable.
I still think it's gonna be barriers on that too. Like I agree with working hard to get you there, but it's still gonna be some barriers to where no matter if you think about those barriers, they will come in front of you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like I said, as a black person, there's gonna be some barriers. Like you can take color out of it, but they're not gonna take color out of it. It's still gonna be there. Like working hard, it's gonna get you there. Like that's a true statement. Putting in work will get you there.
You're probably still gonna be the only minority in there.
But you still might be the only black person in the room.
Exactly.
And to me, that's a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel like an outcast because you can't talk to anybody in class.
Mm-hmm.
That's a barrier. That's not maybe a barrier from you getting an A on that paper, but being a social, making connections, that's a barrier to me.
Mm-hmm.
Being the only white person in class.
It was definitely hard moving from one school predominantly black going to a predominantly white.
You just don't relate.
So when
do not relate.
When y'all in a predominantly white school and you black, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like just the fact that you black that gives you an edge, that gives you a advantage, or that gives you a disadvantage?
Me personally, I feel like with going to a predominantly white school, I feel like me being black isn't a disadvantage or an advantage. It's just like most people's eyes gonna be on me if I do something good or even if I do something bad. So it's like knowing that I'm gonna have that constant knowledge of somebody watching me. It's like I'm like stepping on glass.
It's a shock, yeah.
You did it in the middle of your senior year. You went from predominantly white to predominantly black. Yeah. So how did it feel for you?
I mean, that's part two, really. I mean, going back to it. I mean, because leaving middle school and starting high school in a predominantly white school, that's a culture shock.
I know that's a huge culture shock.
It's like going from middle school to where you might have your friends and best friends, but high school is where you meet your homies.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether you got going to it or you beat them freshman year. So starting fresh off the rip with no friends in high school was definitely weird. Cause it's people older than you, younger than you. So like high school was weird starting fresh like that. And like I think it was just the culture. It happened and I was still young. Like 8th grade is still young to me.
Was you the only black person in the orchestra?
No. 2-3. Okay, a 3 to 57 ratio. I'll take that as a yes. That's enough for me to feel something. Them two other people in the room doesn't make me feel any more comfortable. Like you can relate, but we still we in this together. But look at the room still.
So when you went to Woods, did you feel like another black person, or when you was at Oak Hill?
I felt like I fit in. Yeah, I felt like community. When Woods, when it's all black people, you fit in. I make sure you want to ask questions, be friends, and make those connections. Yeah. It's more inviting, of course. If I see people who look like me,
more inviting.
That's a more inviting environment for me.
Did you feel important, or did you feel like you stood out when you was at Oak Hills and you was the only black person playing the bass?
Every time.
I definitely have to say
that didn't go well.
The only black person on the cross country.
Well, I grew up going to all white schools, so it was definitely like, I mean, I didn't really I had to come into the colorism thing when I was older. And I felt like by the time I got to college, when I actually like found out, learned more about Black history and like myself and going to college joining the Black Men's Organization, I really didn't feel like I fit in, just because when the black people I did see at Oak Hills, they'd all act like ghetto and shit like that. Not like putting anything down, but I'm just like, I don't act like this. Like I'm more of a chill type shit. And then I go to NKU, join Black Men's Organization.
You can be black and chill.
Yeah.
You can be black and chill.
Yeah, and they're very professional and shit like that. But also, even with the professional, I just feel like damn, like I still don't feel like I belong per se, and I feel like that's a problem within the black community. Like you don't really,
that we don't belong.
No. I'm saying that like background and shit like that. You still feel like you don't belong. They're very welcome and shit like that. It's just me personally. I was like, I just feel like there's some that ain't clicking, and eventually, like,
it's not like a personal problem, not the black community.
Well, no, I mean, it's still like even with that, like people, the black community is a crab in the barrel mentality. There's a certain stigma on. Oh yeah, you're not black enough. You're not.
Oh
you know,
yeah, okay, for sure.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
You know,
I do get that.
and I feel like I had a problem with that. You know, just I was raised around like primarily white people.
All the programs that I was in when I was younger, it gave me the confidence to feel like I was an elite amongst black people. Minorities in mathematics and science, Young Scholars Program, Scholar Foundation. I was a black person, and these programs was really built for black people, but it was built to say that you are a special black person because you are above the normal. You are above the norm. So that's why I always felt special when I was coming up. I never had to experience being black in a predominantly white situation because it was always everything I was in was you one of the elite black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which gave me that drive to give me that confidence to say, like,
yes, I'm one of them.
I am. Who's who amongst American high school students? Like,
Right.
all these programs that I was in when I was younger.
All right. If you go do it, be great.
It really built my confidence to say I am great. And then so when I met other great people, it was like, how you doing? I'm Tomma Thomas. I'm a great person. Who is you? You know what I mean? I think it's really about standing out as a person and as your compliments. And for me to being black, saying, oh, black wasn't supposed to be the greatest, but me being black and I'm doing this shit. In 12th grade, I'm sitting in front of the board of the Ford Corporation doing an ergonomic project for their assembly line. I'm a high school black motherfucker with these college UC people doing this presentation. I have my own little presentation to do. Like, you know, it's all confidence boosters.
Yeah,
you know
man.
I mean? Confidence boosters. But if you don't have that confidence and you just think, oh, I'm a nigga, I'm supposed to sell drugs and this and that.
Yeah, woe is me for
you
sure.
You're gonna shoot for more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't be woe is me for
but
sure.
If you got I'm in the orchestra. I'm in the cross country. I'm in these organizations. I'm in a predominantly white school and I'm a star black basketball player. This shit that builds you up. That builds you up, and then you start taking on that responsibility to be that great motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like as a black man, you are definitely born. Black man or woman, you are definitely born with like that idea of your foundation is gonna be.
It's gonna be hard. Your come up's gonna be hard
and
for sure.
And it's gonna be hard, but it's like I want us to look past. Yeah. Pretty much the same thing he's saying. I just want us to like look past that.
Yeah, on
cliche. You supposed to be down here.
Oh God, like you belong here. You can't ever be great.
Yeah, you cannot be anything more than just a 2-penny drug dealer type thing.
Yeah. And like as a final message up, like to wrap this up. Yeah, like I said, you ain't gotta be what they tell you to be. That's all that comes down to. You don't have to be who you want to be. Like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. You might have to work twice as hard, from not having foundations and stuff. And like, but as you progress, you just gotta move forward.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not saying don't forget about nothing. Don't remember Harry Tubman. Don't remember Thurgood Marshall. But keep that in the back of your mind.
On God, we're gonna end the 4th episode of the JoK'N podcast.
Number 4.
Like, comment, subscribe,
comment, subscribe, man.
Share.
Don't forget to share.
Get us all them socials.
Get us lids.
Like I said, we'll start having stuff y'all can send. Like we don't do topics. This is all natural stuff. Y'all hear something y'all want to talk about or what's going on? We'll do open world, noun world.
You don't like what we say? Let us know.
Man, for real. You talk
this
back.
Is
let
for
us hear
y'all.
You.
DM us.
Okay, I like to argue. Let me know.
All right, I'm Nykel.
I'm Keisean.
Jaylen.
Mr. Tomma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we out of here.